Good morning.
Hello.
It is morning here for us.
It is very early. Trying to squeeze them in when we can.
Our lives are just too busy.
They are.
What can we say?
Too busy. What can we say?
Should we get started?
Let's do it. Hi, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Hayley,
And we are your wedding planning experts.
here to spill the tea on the inside of wedding planning and everything that goes with it,
Expect our honest opinions, the real juice on what happens on a wedding day,
with a few tips thrown in between.
and also just a chat between friends.
And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And let's get you wed! Whoa!
How have you been? How's your week been? I feel like I haven't spoke to you in ages.
I know.
We've just both been like
busy and
Yeah.
Well, I've had since we last recorded, I've had 2 weddings now. So
yeah.
I had the Jewish wedding where I had to do the huppah and everything and reuse everything.
How was that? Because we've spoke about that a few times on here.
Yeah.
About how you were like,
To be fair, it actually went better than expected because
Good, yeah.
As I do, I just over-ordered some flour. Like, basically, when you're ordering flowers and you say you need 10 stems or something, a lot of the flower varieties that I was using in this wedding, you could only order a minimum of like 40 or 50.
Right.
So they ended up with spares. So
Yeah.
I actually was able to get cracking with some of the bud vases before we had to then dismantle the huppah.
Yeah.
We did still reuse the flowers because we used them on like the bottom of the table plan and things like that.
Yeah.
But it was just the day was so scorchingly hot, and it was very
it
windy.
Just gone or the
weekend before. Yeah,
that was a hot one.
And it was hot, it was windy, and actually the wind became more of an issue because we couldn't put stuff out until quite close to the ceremony because I didn't want it in direct sun, like pew ends out of water, tied to chairs, and
fair enough.
they wanted to reuse them. You see, so then we're like, well, so it becomes a problem.
Difficult one.
But it was running quite late, to be fair, as well. I think they were running about half hour late in the end.
Really?
After all of our like rushing about and stuff to get it all up, but
it's in between. So the ceremony went on time.
No, the ceremony was like it was a Jewish wedding, but it was like they kind of, because they have their own rabbi and everything. It kind of runs to its own.
Yeah,
time.
Really does.
Do you know what I mean?
Let's face it, what ceremony doesn't start
True,
late? Like
true.
Even by a couple of minutes, but that puts everything out. And really, the drinks reception is never as long as, because what I always do on a wedding is, even if the ceremony starts late, the drinks reception is just shorter because it doesn't really matter. But for you on that day, it did matter.
I was like,
and then once you sit people down late, that's it. Put chlorine time back. It's hard.
That's it. And basically because the venue, I think it had like rained in the morning or something, and then it was fine the rest of the day. It didn't rain again, but the venue were concerned and they wanted to keep the wet weather option open. So the room in which they were having their wedding breakfast was to have all the tables set up. So obviously we were doing the centerpieces. We couldn't start putting them on because they didn't change the room around to being tables until, bearing in mind this was a 2:15 ceremony. I think they started doing it at like I want to say it was like 1:30, 1:45. They started putting the tables out,
even though then they knew.
It was kind of like at that point, like everything was set up outside.
Yeah.
I mean, they were quicker doing it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it all ended up fine in the end. But when you're just like, so we were kind of having to make stuff and put it in places, and then they were like, you're gonna have to move from there because we've got to come through. It was just one of them ones.
Yeah.
But it was fine. It was fine in the end. It looked really nice. It was lovely and colourful, which I really enjoyed. It just looked very summery. And shout out because I had the Happy Huppah company come and do the huppah.
Oh yeah, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, really good.
That's who we use.
A guy called Owen came out, and he was just just so helpful, honestly.
Oh, nice.
I just really wanted to say thanks to him because what a guy. He couldn't have done any more.
The wedding.
Yeah, I think the guy's called
But to be honest,
Scott.
they just put it up and went. Yeah, that's the guy that you speak to.
Yeah, that's it. The guy that
I bet, to be fair, with ours, like I said, we had set up from 9 and the ceremony was at 3. So once he was done, he was gone.
Yeah.
So,
But no, it was really good. And then so that was my first wedding. Then I had one last weekend, this weekend just gone. So that was at the Royal Berkshire Hotel, and that was honestly, it's one of the most beautiful venues I think I've done.
It's so nice, isn't it?
Stunning, absolutely stunning. And also the venue was so helpful. It's like very rare that you get that.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually offered us tea and coffee while we were setting up.
Oh, that's so
and
nice.
Pastries. They brought up pastries for us.
Yeah,
I know. But they were
really nice. I saw the pictures.
It was lovely. And so that was very different because that was very white and green.
Yeah, it was very hotel vibes, wasn't it? I thought very like, you know, with the, you know, like the glass vases, and it looked very like hotel chic.
Yeah, so it was very nice. It looked really good, and the couple were really, really pleased. They had an outdoor ceremony as well, so it was again the same thing. We couldn't put flowers out until like the last minute because it was in the direct sun, and it was really hot. Cool. But the grounds were just lovely. They got some really, really nice pictures, and yeah, they were really pleased. So it was very nice. But yeah, so that was a successful one. It was very chill, very different to the setup with the other one. But
no issues with either of them.
No, nothing went. No, literally, no. Touch wood. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, it went really well. It went really well, and they were both like messaged saying how like pleased they were and stuff. So it was made my job worthwhile because it was. Yeah. It's always a lot harder work than you expect. You know, like all the takedown, the setup. Like I had to go out the next day, and you know, it's just, you know what it's like. But so that's basically what I've been up to. Lots of flowering, and I'm about to go and. I've got one weekend off where I don't have my own weddings. This weekend I'm freelancing, and then I'm back to doing. I've got 2 weekends of my own weddings again.
Wow,
and then
girl.
That's it. I'm sort of rolling around now. So.
Rolling.
Oh gosh. How was your week? I know your week's been mad busy. So.
Yeah, I've literally this time last week I was heading off to, or is it at the wedding? Yeah. I was there. So yeah, I was on site for a week nearly.
That's mad, yeah. Where was it again?
I came home yesterday night.
Cotswolds.
Cotswolds, West Cotswolds, so Chippenham way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, came back Monday night. So yeah, I was on site. So Wednesday morning, the marquee started going in. Although the company with marquee come, so I got there like really early, and then the marquee company were like 3 hours late. So I was
mate, that's annoying. That is really annoying.
And then I rang them and I was like, where are you? And the girl was like, oh, we're not due to have you down until tomorrow. And I was like, no, the marquee's going in today. If it goes in tomorrow, that's going to cause me real issues. Also, they told us it was a 2-day build, so we had to hire the venue the day before. So we had to pay like an extra cost to hire it for an extra night, because it's like a dry hire house situation. Yeah. And then I was like, well, you need to go and get the guy that I've been speaking to. And she was like, well, he's in a meeting at the moment. I was like, I suggest you go and get him out of his meeting. Oh, dear. Because if you're telling me that it's being built tomorrow, then that's going to go into Friday. Well, anyway, in the end, she was wrong. They did come out that day, but like lunchtime. But they got it done in a day. And I was a bit like, we were, well, actually, no, it was good, because then we had all day Thursday as well, and we did need it. But I was just like, absolutely not. Can you come tomorrow? Because that's just going to put... Because we had it was so, like, rigid. Like, you know how, like, you were just saying, like, the draping company was draping all the tables, and, like, the florist needed to get in as well.
Well, there's a certain order of things that has to be done in, because everyone has their part to play. And if it's not done in that order, it's just going to...
No.
So...
And considering we were setting up, so Thursday was then the tables were being all draped, and there was loads of bits and bobs we were doing. We also had, like, a small dinner for them Thursday night for them and their friends. It was only 11 of them. And then Friday, continuing set up, where they had a barbecue for 70 people in the evening, so we were setting that up. And then, but there was it still felt like there was loads to do on Saturday. So I don't know if you've seen on my Instagram, but it was literally, like, there was this barn at the venue that we kind of just, like, took over as suppliers.
Yeah.
It was like a greengrocer's in there. So basically the bride had bought like all these wicker baskets.
Yeah, I saw this veg thing. I was really confused. Yeah. I was like, please, I need to ask you about this. What was the veg about? Was it part of the display?
Yeah, it was all decor.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you see the picture, so if you look at my latest reel, you'll see it all then set up. So it was all like Italian food stalls.
Right,
basically. Okay. And it looked immense.
I didn't know if they were serving like fruit veg.
No. But imagine us filling up. So we were filling them all with bubble wrap.
Oh, yeah.
Then on the top of the bubble wrap, we were putting a layer of like wood chip.
Yeah.
And then we were filling it. Because obviously, if you fill the whole, that's a top tip, guys. Because I know a lot of people are doing this now for this whole Italian dolce vita vibe with the baskets of fruit and veg, right? It's quite a big thing at the minute. So fill them up with bubble wrap.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna need a lot of tomatoes.
And the amount of money the caterer spent on the fruit and veg just for those was insane. My team was just getting these freaking baskets on, which took ages, but in the barn we just had these like 70 baskets and it just smelled like a greengrocer's.
Oh, that sounds nice.
So we used them. It was all purely for decor.
Yeah.
Purely just for the look. And then we were a bit like, what do you want us to do with all this? And she was a bit like, I don't know, just get rid of it. So what we actually did was on the Sunday, they had, so Saturday was wedding day, Sunday was like pool party. So we set up a little flower stall and a fruit and veg stall and people could take it as they left.
That's jokes.
Yeah, and then we got this local community, like food bank people to come in and then pick up.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the sort of thing that you...
So it actually worked well.
That's really good.
What I would say is, people are always writing in like, how can I do decor, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It is a good way, but it ain't cheap. The fruit and veg for that. So if you look at my Instagram.
Expensive.
Yeah, so we did 6 stands. Obviously, would you normally have 6 stands? Probably not. And the bar and the fruit and veg alone was £1,200.
Yeah. That's madness.
Yeah, not a cheap.
It's not cheap now, and also you'll be looking at like high quality because you want to look nice, right? So there'll be like heritage tomatoes and
like Amalfi lemons.
Yeah,
so
like
big.
not just go down
like
to Aldi
lemons,
and pick up a pack of
exactly.
lemons. But
like the caterer was saying, a box, like a small box of Amalfi lemons was £25.
Yeah, that's madness.
Like,
I love as well that they were like, we don't really care what happens to it afterwards. I'd have been like clawing it all back, like I'm going to use every piece of.
But also, it's been out in the sun.
Yeah,
like, you think like we had to get that out because it was such a big task.
Yeah.
So on Saturday, so they weren't sitting down. They got married at 2. Drink reception. So they had 2 drink receptions. One in like a really nice fountain area. They just had a glass of champagne. We did family photos. Then we went over to we moved everyone for the second part. So everyone was coming over at like 3 o'clock. So we had to get it out at 12. But then you think that was out from like 12 till the end of the day. Like
it's been it's seen better days.
Yeah,
what a shame.
I did get 30 tomatoes there, and I've made a huge dish of passata.
Oh, good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mum and dad grow tomatoes. They have a whole polytunnel of tomatoes, like loads of different varieties. But and they my mum makes soup, like chutney, like passata, puree, and she freezes it all, and it lasts throughout the winter. So they do it every year.
Saying it's about freezing stuff. I'm like, I ain't got room in my freezer.
You need a big. They've got some. My mum and dad have got like 3 freezers.
You need the way people are talking, like, you can cut all these lines.
Yeah, my freezer's tiny.
Yeah, what the hell? I ain't got space for that.
That's actually reminded me because, like with you saying about the flower stall and stuff, because on Sunday after this wedding I did at the weekend, I went back and basically they had obviously the big tall arrangements. So I went back the next morning and picked all the flowers out. They didn't obviously not worried about the foliage. I did give them a bit of eucalyptus, but they had like all these like nice. I put it all into nice buckets, and it all went by the reception. And she said that everybody
pulled them out,
took it. So I was like, amazing. Yeah, nice. So that is always like a really good. Like we've said it so many times, haven't we?
It's a good way, definitely.
A really good way of like reusing, like so you're not taking 100%. It all back and
Well, I've got flowers and fruit and veg, so lovely.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a long time. It was a long time on site. I think I worked out. I did 75 hours. So it was a lot. But the wedding day was amazing. Yeah. So it was, like I say, it was still quite a lot to do because Friday they draped the tables, but it takes quite a while.
Yeah, it's not like a 2-minute job, is it? You have to get it right. It needs to be done properly. It's not like just shoves and chucks and...
Literally, but also their main task was, have you seen the celeb bar that we did? Yeah,
well, I saw obviously as you go in, so I presume that was what they'd created. Like I know we'd spoke before, and you said they were going to create some kind of structure, right, and draping.
Yeah,
is that what it was?
They were absolutely buzzing with the carpenter, so he did this really good structure that took him all day. He was there on Wednesday, started at like 8 a.m. He was there till like 10 o'clock at night putting in this wooden
This
structure.
reminds me of Sort Your Life Out with Stacey Solomon.
Yeah.
And the carpenters, they're just working their own.
There you go.
It's like a quick turnaround. It's like, here they come.
That's what it was, temporary structure. And then,
good.
we basically put we didn't, the draping company put all this like red velvet material down this tunnel to the cellar bar.
That's insane.
Insane. So that was really, really cool. And then the production company are outside we did like this massive, so it was on like a lawn that was like a square shape almost. So they did this big triangle stage and truss. And it
so
was
cool.
Insane.
I feel like they had everything going.
Yeah,
anything you've seen
cool.
on Pinterest, they were like, we'll have
that
it.
Was there. Yeah. So we had the sailcloth tent. That was where like the dinner was. So they had like ceremony in the rose garden. And like I was saying, we did the two different drink receptions. So we moved them up to the top lawn. So they had a bespoke made bar. That was quite cool. Where like the band was, and we had loads of nice lounge furniture out. And then they went into the marquee for dinner, and that's where they then went out. We had all the stands, the stalls like lined up. Have a look on my Instagram though, guys, if you're interested to see it, because it was a cool wedding to see. And then they went back up to the top lawn. The band played, and then they went into the cellar bar at night. But one of her friends does all like technical like stuff for like big gigs, festivals. He does like projection stuff, so he does all like the graphics and whatever.
Yeah.
Like advertisements and whatever.
Cool. Yeah.
And he did like, so when you have projections for, so we'd basically planned for this big projector, which was so expensive, and it was huge, this projector. I'm thinking, this is mental, because we've done a lot of projection for couples in the past, but like something quite basic or their initials or whatever.
Yeah.
No, this was a full-on like montage video of the couple. It was insane.
That is mad.
He did such a good job. And he was like, I would never, like, this isn't normal for weddings.
Yeah.
Like, normally this is the kind of thing I'd do for, like, gigs, festivals. And I was like, well, would you do more weddings? Because as soon as people see that on Instagram,
they're going to want it,
they're all going to want it. And he was
100%.
like, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but obviously it's not cheap. It's very, very, very expensive.
I mean, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. It's one of those things, isn't it?
Insane. Oh, but that was her best friend, so he didn't mind doing it. But
he did it,
yeah.
That's cool.
But and then they partied till 2 a.m. So
oh my
long
gosh.
day. They had a great time though, and then like I say, Sunday there was a lot of dreary faces at the pool party. It was supposed to be 11 till 2, but most people rocked up about 12:30, and then and then it was till about 3 really. So I stayed till 7. By like 5, there was about 5 people around the pool asleep.
Oh my gosh.
The real truth about pool parties, that's what I would say. Because you see a lot of people do
reality.
Yeah. Oh my God, I should have done that, shouldn't I? The reality
people
of
there
the pool
like,
party. The day after a 12-hour wedding.
Yeah.
It's immense. It went really well. Same as you, really bloody hot though. People kept saying to me, like they're trying to stand and talk. Right, considering we had 32 suppliers on site on Saturday, plus then all the catering crew and stuff. So in total, I reckon we had about 50 staff, 60 staff. So you can imagine how many times I got to stop and ask questions. And everyone thinks they're the most important, don't they? And people are stood like in the middle. There's that lawn where the marquee was in the top. Lawn. It was just full sun all day beaming. And people would just stop me to ask questions. And I'm like, you need to walk with me. And
walk with me, I'm burning up.
Yeah, you really need to put sun cream on. And I'm like, yeah. Well,
I'm trying. I'm stood in the direct sun.
Yeah, literally. Let me go stand in a tree or under the marquee or something. But no, it went. I was really, really happy with how it went.
Good.
Yeah, it was a lot of hard. Like people kept saying that. Like, was it all okay for you though? And I'm like, yeah. In terms of like how it flowed, there wasn't anything like major happened.
No.
But like it like was fucking hard work.
Yeah, it's hard.
Hardcore. It's hard. Like
it's just like relentless.
But we had such a good team, and I just think that's key.
Oh,
do you know
100%.
what though? How that florist did it, because she full hydrangea. Have you seen the videos?
Yeah.
Full hydrangea in that heat.
Was it an Oasis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like it had.
Even that's tedious though. Using Oasis because it dries out. See, that's even a.
Because
there's no other way to do it. I mean,
no.
You've got to be moving
worried
stuff.
about it because she set up the ceremony in the day, and we were using all of those pots. For to then put around the marquee. So they had to last all day, and then we used them for the pool party the next day as well. But they were. I was like, how you did this, I don't know, because they're all still alive. By like 4 or 5 o'clock, they were really stuck. Like, I didn't bother taking any home because I'm like, they were going to be dead.
The hydrangeas are just...
Yeah. And I thought, because you've told me that, I wouldn't even think anything of it. But what you've told me that, so I'm thinking, shit, it's literally... The whole wedding was hydrangeas and flex roses.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That literally would send me into despair.
Yeah.
Oh, how many people did she have helping her? Quite a few, I take it, or not?
There was a few. There was I want to say like 5, 6 of them. But that was including the draping, because the draping team came with her.
Yeah.
So she then used them to like help her as well.
I just didn't know if they did they do a lot of floristry on site because it was hot?
No, they did it all at her house and then just came Saturday. She didn't even come the day before. She just came on the day.
Fair enough. Yeah, it depends what you're...
I think, she literally put all the pots together, like everything together.
It's such a worry.
The table, and then just brought it on the day. Because like you say, I'm assuming she's probably got some sort of room like you, like chilled, and then room. To keep it all cold. Because I did say to her, we're on site from Wednesday. You can come and set up here. Yeah. And kind of like work from here if you want. But I think, it's probably a worry because of hydrangeas and things.
The other thing as well, when you're putting stuff in a cool room and then you then put it into a van and it comes out to the heat, you have to worry. You're then worried about it going into shock.
Oh, yeah.
So because like this wedding I'd had at the weekend, obviously we started on the Thursday for the Saturday. Luckily they didn't have any hydrangeas, but when you're using Oasis there's always the fear that it's drying out, so I was like literally constantly pouring water on it. But then we actually loaded it up the evening before because we had to leave really early on the Saturday. It was like 6 o'clock, so I was like, well, I'm not doing that at like 5 in the morning. So we left it in the van overnight. I just poured loads of water on and we left the doors open and to let the breeze through, but well, you can't really do. I mean, at the end of the day, you're working with a natural product. What do you do? But I'm so pleased they lasted for the.
We also had in like the rose garden, the aisle straight down the middle, and she wanted a fully built aisle all the way up to the back with a white carpet. She can imagine that, and a white carpet in the marquee. You can imagine how often I was having to be like, take your shoes off,
go around the outside.
We just had shoe covers everywhere. I'm like, use fucking shoe covers. Oh my god, the amount of people I'd said, like, would you not think, like, it's always the men. Like, I'm like, you've got big boots on, like some sort of workman boots, and you're just waltzing into the fucking marquee.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Anyway. But successful wedding. They were really happy. Good. So, all good.
Well, that's amazing. That's all that matters. But I can't wait to see the content. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so this week is Newsy Bit. So kicking off, I think we've got a couple of celeb weddings in the news.
Yes, we do. It's all. I feel like it's like every day. I'm just like celeb wedding.
There has been so many this year. So many. I'm still waiting for the Taylor Swift stuff. That's all gone. Come on. That's all gone well quiet now. I'm just like, really, like.
And all I keep seeing is people doing fake AI stuff.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Or somebody's let slip video.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
And it's bullshit. Annoying. Then there's a lot. Isn't there some big conspiracy that it didn't actually happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that, but I mean, it's getting a bit old hat now. To be honest with you, just release the photos. Let's have a look.
Come on, let us get over it.
Oh dear. So we've got Matty Healy, 1975, and Gabrielle. I can't remember her surname, but anyway, she's a model. Yeah. They got married in Hollywood. Amazing looking wedding, to be honest with you. Yeah. Lots of star. You know,
there was quite like gothic vibe, wasn't it? It was a bit like the wedding I did.
Like very Wuthering Heights. Yeah,
kind of. Yeah,
I have to say though, because she used this designer, didn't she? That basically it's a new French designer did her dress, or they come in up and come in, and quite a lot of celebrities. And I think it's like, I don't know how it's pronounced in French, but it's basically they're called fecal matter.
What?
Yeah, it's called fecal matter. Fecal matter. Oh. Yeah. I know. Oh, yeah, I know. That is, and everyone's like,
but is it actually in a nice French accent though? Does it sound?
No, it's better? Like mater le fecal. It's just it just translates to fecal matter. Nice. And I just couldn't get over that. But yeah, her dress was very like, it was like corseted at the back, wasn't it? Like with satin and very. Yeah. And she's very dark hair. Quite gothic-y makeup, so but it was
even
the
one
vibe
of the pictures was like, I would say, you know how she's got like her leg hitched up with like him in between her legs, we're holding the red rose. Very Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights, yeah. Well, I liked it.
Yeah, very cool. She had like it was almost like a headpiece on as well, didn't she, under her veil?
Yeah, there was a lot of veil, and this is the other thing. There's this lacy kind of like veils coming back, isn't it? Like where it's like over I can't remember what that thing's called. I think you know what it's called, don't you? You know the bit that comes over the front.
The blusher.
Yeah, blusher.
Yeah.
That seems to be coming back.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
It looked very Catholic wedding vibe.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
And just very like moody, like with the red roses and then like him like smoking a fag, you know, like that kind of
And then we have
not
your vibe. I mean, I would have loved to be in there because I love it. But
so Wuthering Heights, her running across the lawn, she must have been like obsessed with that. The tattoo, he had the tattoo of her name across his fingers. She must have been very into Wuthering Heights, surely.
Gotta be.
They're
very artsy people, aren't they? Because he's obviously like a songwriter and she's a... I think they are a bit artsy.
Isn't Denise Welsh? Is it his
Yes!
Wife? Yeah.
I loved her content over the wedding.
From old Loose Women.
I was loving that. I was watching all of her content. She kept like posting selfies and stuff. It was amazing.
Brilliant.
She looks incredible.
Got her on Instagram, I don't think.
I love a bit of Denise Welsh. Yeah. Love that.
But yeah, very themed. Very themed.
Yeah, very a lot of wedding. Yeah. Who else
Most important wedding of the year.
Oh yeah, go on.
No, you say.
Hey, Mel C.
Mel C.
I
love her so much. Are
you a big Spice Girls fan?
Huge. And Mel C was my Spice Girl when I was
Sporty
young.
Spice.
I loved her. What I would have given to have done this wedding, because it was a British wedding.
Yeah.
And what I will say is it was a very... No, I don't like to use the word normal, but a normal, you know, the kind of weddings that I do.
Yeah, like a down-to-earth wedding.
A marquee
anyone
wedding
normal person would have.
Yeah, not with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds. It would have still cost a lot of money because it's a marquee wedding. They're expensive. But they weren't spending... From what I could see, I mean, maybe they did, I don't know. But, that was what I was quite... Yeah, but the Spice Girls were there. Actually, do you know what?
Was Victoria there?
No.
She's never there.
No, but she made the dress.
Oh, it's a World Cup though, wasn't it? It was the World Cup.
Yeah.
She was out there with David, you know.
Yeah, she's out. But she would... I mean, I would leave.
I would. It's not like she's the
World
football
Cup over
person, is it? Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say. Sorry. Yeah, I'm totally wrong. I could not have done this wedding because I would not have been able to focus on the day.
You'd be like, I'm fangirling.
Jerry there, Mel B.
I'm your biggest fan.
Emma. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would have totally, absolutely humiliated myself. I'm like, I really want to know, did they get up and sing?
And sing together.
Surely.
Oh, I always imagine when you get like a group like that together at a wedding, right? You know in Bridesmaids at the end where they have, what they call that band comes out and sings that song.
What song?
You lock yourself up in these chains. I can't remember.
What? At a wedding?
It's the end of Bridesmaids, the film. Is it Wilson Pickett or Wilson something?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you know what? I was never a huge fan of that film. I've watched it probably twice.
That is what... No. I'm sorry, no.
It's like a bit too...
This is like me and you and Friends. I love Bridesmaids. It's just a really happy film for me.
I do like... Do you know what? I like it. I can sit through it. I just don't know... You know the main woman? You know the main woman? Really
Kristen
pretty...
Wiig.
Yeah. I just don't find her that funny.
Oh...
You know, I find that who's the bridesmaid, like the big bridesmaid.
Melissa Carthy.
She's fucking hilarious. Like quite a few of them are, but them two main, and you know the blonde main character.
Yeah,
she's always. It's the way that her voice is when she goes really quiet, don't she? When she's trying to make a joke, and I know that's like her thing, but it just irritates me when she's like, "Oh, I just don't know." Do you know what I mean? That's her. Her
I literally love that film. This is one of them ones that I always go back to if I'm like, I want something to watch, like easy. But at the end of it, basically, they have this band that they like the brides like they love as the best friends, and then they get up and sing. And I'm just like wondering, like, is it like that kind of vibe or?
Yeah, maybe.
Or not?
Maybe. I mean, I could. How could you be at a Spice Girl wedding and not have them get up and?
The DJ's gonna play come on, he's gonna put "Wannabe" on us.
Gotta be. I loved her dress though. I thought it was really nice. Victoria Beckham did a good job.
Yeah.
Did she do it? Well, we don't know.
We'll never know. Okay, sorry. Bridget's going to work, but Lily's sat in her chair.
Okay, cool.
So.
And I loved the Spice Girls outfits as well. I thought they were very nice.
They all looked incredible. I really did love Mel C's dress though. I just thought it really complimented her figure.
Yeah.
Because she's obviously quite athletic build, isn't she?
Yes.
But it made her look so feminine, and it just it really was lovely. And also her flowers were like very pretty and
very nice. Yeah.
It's very chic.
But I feel like other than her dress and the other Spice Girls, we haven't really seen masses from it. So hopefully we get a little bit more from that one.
Yeah.
It's all the press care about, isn't it? That's the thing. We're like, we want to see more. We saw some of like the speeches, so you could see the background of the marquee and stuff. So you could see it was like a sales hemp wedding. And I've seen some other bits on like other suppliers.
Where was it
stuff.
in the UK? Do you know?
That's a good point. It was up north. Again, I looked at this the other day. Oh no, she's calling you.
Oh no,
Cumbria. It was at, it says a friend's lakeside property in Cumbria. So it was up north.
Lovely. Nice.
God knows who friend that is. But yeah, on some land. Sailcloth tent, that
Beautiful.
kind of vibe. So yeah, I saw like in the background of the pictures where they were doing like the speeches, lots of like, foliage and things like that.
Yeah, so, it looked very green. Not like it does now. It's very brown outside. No. I actually feel so bad for people getting married now because the grass, everything's brown.
Yeah, well, that wedding we did, do you know what? It wasn't too bad. They just kept like sprinklers running on the top lawns, and they actually weren't too bad. But the fields beyond that were brown.
I mean, the hosepipe ban is no joke.
Yeah, what can you do? What can you
do?
Not for businesses. No,
is that right?
For a business.
I didn't know that.
That's what they were telling me at the venue.
That's what they were saying anyway.
Yeah, literally.
It's fine, guys. Your grass looks great.
Yeah. And then it was also been in the press. I feel like they got a little bit half slated for this. I don't know. But Davina McCall, obviously we mentioned her before.
Yeah.
She got married at the town hall.
Yeah.
And then the press were very much like, why are celebs having to have 2 weddings? I mean, it's not just celebs doing that.
Everybody's doing it now. So many people.
But what they were saying was it was actually just a very private party, I think in their garden kind of vibes. So they said, we did have our wedding, but it was, our wedding day was the wedding day that people had seen, but they tried to keep everything private, but things just get leaked. So they kind of half mentioned it on their podcast. They said, we had a really great time, but they said the only reason we've mentioned it is because the press have mentioned it. If not,
that's actually so annoying.
So, I know.
You invite people that you think you trust, someone's gonna get loose.
Isn't it mental? Or there's like a journalist in Bush or something. God, what a nightmare.
Oh dear. So some other bits I've seen online this week. So mainly Instagram, to be honest with you, because I love a bit of Instagram. So I saw this reel doing the rounds. It was basically a wedding day tip. So I wonder what your thoughts are on this. Have your wedding party sitting on the aisle seats down the aisle rather than all at the front. So that basically, if you're having an unplugged ceremony, that everyone on the aisle seats respects that. They're not getting their phones out. But I just
think people should just respect that. Anyway.
Isn't it?
It doesn't work. Because when the bridesmaids walk down the aisle, say they then got to go. Say you got 6 bridesmaids, and they've got to go 4.
Then they've got to go back, sit on the aisle.
Yeah, do they walk down and then walk back up again?
Doesn't
weird. Or walk all the way around and then back down again. Like no, it just
doesn't work, does it? It doesn't work in terms of like. I just think it wouldn't flow right. Like
you could have family in the aisle.
Yeah,
you could have like your brothers, sisters, parents, or whatever in the aisle. But I just think say it's unplugged.
It's unplugged. Don't use your phone or whatever. I don't know. Like I never put any. To be honest, I didn't care. I was like, it didn't. I didn't even think about it. Like whatever. But like, there was like the odd uncle was like got their phone out. But I know it's annoying when you've got like obviously photographers are taking photos and there you got like someone's there like with their phone.
I think it should just be a standard. Well, whoever's doing your ceremony, you say like our celebrant said at the start.
Yeah, like please keep your phones. Keep your phone. Yeah. Like when they say please be upstanding for the like bride or whatever.
Before that, you say it.
Like you get that little bit in there.
Yeah.
So
I just don't understand it. Why do you need a video on your phone of the bride walking down the aisle? I always find it really weird.
Yeah.
Like what? Why would you need that? They've got a professional photographer and videographer. Like, they don't want your fucking iPhone video. And why do you need that to see that watching it through the phone? Weird. Anyway.
But yeah, that was a wedding day tip. So I was like, well, is it really a tip though? Because actually, realistically, like you say, it doesn't actually work when you've got.
It's just a typical one of those tips.
It's just one of them ones. Someone's like,
you're like,
clickbaited you to
clickbait.
Yeah. So that was, I just thought about.
By the way, we weren't clickbaiting about the paracetamol that just blew up in ways.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's so jokes. And then I saw Diet Coke aesthetic. Pink. Someone had done Diet Cokes, but because everyone loves a Diet Coke these days. I don't think they're not sugary enough for me.
I just don't like the taste of Coke. It's it's not a real taste, is it?
Yeah, I always think like, what is the flavour of Coke?
Exactly.
Nobody knows.
Chemical.
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
But it's massive. I mean, everyone really loves it. Go on Pinterest and it's like Diet Coke, like blah blah blah. So obviously this couple must have loved Diet Coke, but they'd had them made in like pink cans. Right. And then they had like it done, like, you know how you get like the towers of champagne, and it was all set up on a table with a really nice kind of like pink cloth and glasses. It actually looked really nice, I have to say. But
yeah, that's quite funny. The only thing is, what were they warm by the time it's been set up?
Honestly, there's actually nothing worse than a fizzy drink that's warm.
Especially Coke, because it's the worst flavour in the world.
And Diet Coke, because it tastes like watery, fizzy. But I just don't know. Yeah, but I think American people absolutely love a Diet Coke. Like,
and they love like soda bars and stuff. Yeah. So I can imagine that. That's very big in the US at the minute, or like the Coke floats and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I tried the other day. Pepsi have released a new flavour,
right?
And it's like cream soda basically flavour. And
this is coming from the gal that wouldn't take medication recently because this guy's putting UPF in it, Sparmy.
Pregnancy's changed me. Nothing goes, everything goes.
She needs that Pepsi with the cream soda.
And I was like, I got a meal deal because I was working, and I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna try it because I need to know it. And do you know what? It was really nice.
Was it? Do you know what I tried the other day? The M&S chocolate strawberry and pistachio sandwich.
Oh, what was it like?
I thought it was really good, but I get some people are like, oh, it's too sweet. But obviously it's like a dessert thing. Like I was on the way back from this wedding and I was like, I got a packet of crisps as like my main, and then I had that as like my dessert. The only thing I'd say is because it's obviously in like plastic.
Girl dinner.
Girl dinner.
Yeah.
You know when it's like, because obviously you get that plastic film over a sandwich, don't you? It's the strawberries were a little bit weird.
Okay.
You know when you get like potted strawberries and like those little
I know exactly what you're saying. They go a bit like
acidic-y.
Yeah.
You get my vibe. That was the only thing I'd say about it. But the chocolate and the pistachio, lovely.
It was really good.
I'd say maybe raspberries could have held up a bit.
That's a good point. I like a raspberry in with chocolate actually over a strawberry.
Maybe I'll make my own.
Yeah.
Buy some chocolate brioche.
Oh.
Get some raspberries in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Go on. Nice. Next thing, which you will agree with, because I saw that you're on the wedding you just did was this colour scheme, which is this pear, green and champagne kind of colourway. Nice. So you've got like very blush. They're calling it like champagne, but it's basically blush.
Like
it's blush.
Like a blushy.
But with the green, you've got the greens,
blush pink, white, and then we did have a hint at the burgundy as well.
Oh really?
Pops burgundy. Yeah.
Oh nice.
Yeah. On the marquee table.
Okay. Yeah, but this is coming into trend. I think we'll see it a lot next year or next summer. But it's basically blush pink and white, but we're adding a bit of that green, and it's kind of green. It's not a lime green. They're calling it pear green, and it does look really nice because it heightens it. It lightens the whole thing, and I do like it. That and also colour blocking tables, so like your guest tables. So one table is like all like burgundy, one's all blush, and your linen and everything. And I do actually really, really like that. I think that's
I like
nice.
that. I know what you mean. And do you know what, the hydrangeas worked really well for that colour scheme, because that, you know, you get that pinky green.
Yes,
hydrangea.
You do. Yeah. Hydrangeas are probably the perfect flower for that colour scheme, I have to say.
And they're like make like those cloud effects. That's like what
really pretty.
Yeah.
Really pretty. Yeah. Another one I've seen, tea and coffee station, but it's not tea and coffee. It's a Long Island iced tea, and it's an espresso martini.
We had this exact thing. We had a proper coffee machine with a barista.
I love this.
Barista. All day, and then we were doing espresso martinis.
Love it. But I just thought it was, and they were like, it was all like signage, like tea and coffee station. But I like that. I thought that was
espresso martinis are so. I think every wedding I've done this year has had espresso martinis after dinner.
Yeah.
It's so popular.
Do you remember we went to that showcase And
yeah,
I feel like it was just kicking off at being really popular then.
But it makes sense. People want a coffee, but I'm sorry, tea and coffee is so dead at weddings. If you're sitting there and your venue is charging you money to have tea and coffee, don't bother. I didn't add it for my wedding. If it's included, cool.
Yeah.
But nobody wants it.
No, you're right.
Nobody wants it. Right. Espresso martini, way to go.
I completely agree with that. Completely agree. And then lastly, on Instagram, a lady called Tracy Mann. Her tag on Instagram is at Tracy Mann Cakes. And she's gone on to Instagram at a venue that I work at quite a lot, actually. So it's probably why it popped up. Basically, she's gone through how much it costs to do. She does these like cupcake floral bouquets. So rather than a cake, it looks like a huge bouquet in like cellophane.
It's all cupcakes.
Yeah, and it's all cupcakes. Yeah. And she goes through.
It's like a gift or something.
Yeah,
like mother the bride or the
I think she'd done it as like they had that rather than a wedding cake, and I think she basically went on and just told everybody how much it costs, like really transparent. Nice. And like I think it was like over $1,000 or so, it was £800 to £1,000 for it. But I just thought like the amount she goes through, the amount of work. Because it was all pipes, like flowers and stuff. And I just thought, do you know what? Fair play to go on and do that, because people just don't realise, and it's a lot the same with what we do. The cost of like everything.
All that fruit and veg we did at the weekend.
The £1,200.
I'd never expected that.
And then the caterer's going to need to make money on top. You know, they're not just going to give it to you cost price. Jesus, it's a business.
Did, bless him. But yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But did you see we did another giant cake?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big round cake. But again, we were really shocked.
The single tier thing.
Yeah, huge, big, round, single tier Victoria sponge filled with a fruit on the top. Yeah. And I was telling a few people about what it cost, and they were really shocked. They were like, that's actually really cheap, but you think how much just
ingredients
the fruit would have cost on the top of that to fill it with raspberries and cherry. You think you go and buy a punnet of raspberries?
Cherries
decent
are
ones.
so expensive. Yeah,
a few quid.
Yeah, a lot of money.
So expensive. And then you got to think of your time and your power and all those kind of things. Yeah,
I think it's one of those things, isn't it? Like cakes, flowers, I don't know, a lot of signage, things like that. People think, why is it so expensive? But it's all of the costs that go into it. So just thought fair play to her for loving that transparency. But that's basically what I've seen online this week. But if you guys have seen anything at all yourselves and you want to write in and show us and get our opinions, then we absolutely would love that. So
let us know.
You should send them across. But I think that's it.
Have we got a
I actually don't. I actually haven't looked. Sorry.
There's one here. Got one. We've got time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's okay. To be fair, I haven't heard her.
Cool. Should we go on to the listeners' questions and messages?
Let's do it.
Hey, lovelies. You've helped so much during the wedding prep, and now we're married. Oh, congratulations. Thank you for giving me all the great advice before our wedding. Wondered if I'd still be listening, and of course I am.
Oh, yes.
And wasn't long before I need some advice. Last minute, my friend who's getting married next week has suggested it might be nice to do a speech. I'm sure you've talked about speeches in the past episodes, but do you have any last minute advice for a speech next weekend?
Oh,
well, sorry if we've missed the boat.
Yeah.
Firstly, giving speeches, I think keeping it personal. You got, a few stories about like proper personal. Yep. Like, not just generic stuff. Like, we want to know. Keep it short. Minutes.
Short and sweet. Yeah.
Keep it confident. Do you know what? The amount of people, I say not the amount of guests, people doing speeches and vows and things like that were sending to me at the weekend, like, can you print this out for us? I'm like, you know you're going to a wedding. You know you're doing a speech. Print it.
Print it yourself.
Before you come. Run around trying to find printers and stuff. Honestly. No. Yeah, so that would be another big thing for me. Pre-print it. Make sure it's pre-written. Pre-printed on paper. Do not be reading it off your phone or an iPad. It's the worst. And make sure you're keeping it, you've got a set amount of time.
We always say short and sweet, don't we? I think that's the best.
Yeah. But in terms of the actual script,
I think...
Yeah, I don't know. I think you've just got to speak from the
heart. Be yourself,
Yeah, but that would be my logistical tips.
Yeah,
is like printing it out, making sure you know how long it's gonna be, things like that, the length.
There's a lady on Instagram called Speechy Speeches, and I listened to her on a podcast once, and so their whole business is basically helping people with wedding speeches, and public speaking, and they have some really good tips on there. So it's probably worth giving them having a look at what their content
that's a good idea. And don't be using ChatGPT to write it. Maybe help you with a template, but don't get it to write it because everybody knows.
Everyone will know. Did you hear about that guy, that politician? I think he's in New Zealand or something, and he's reading out his like speech as I don't know what it was for, and he goes, and now let me show you a different version of this where it's more like literally reading out what ChatGPT. He's reading his, you know what?
Sometimes there's an A and a B,
and he reads it out. And now let me give you a more like, I think he was like, and now let me give you a more natural reading of this version of this, and he's reading it out, and it is so cringe.
What, and he carries on, he doesn't realise.
Yeah, he just keeps going. Honestly, and it's like it's on the news. It's been on the news, and I was like, this is.
I need to look that up. That's
honestly,
hilarious.
it's funny.
Imagine doing that in a wedding speech.
Yeah. And now let me give you the more natural version of this.
How funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to say as well. So they had a friend do their wedding ceremony.
Yeah.
And the day before, we did a little like walk through with some of the bridesmaids' parents. Like, this is what's happening. Just run, timings are fresh in their minds. That I always do. And so the celebrant was there, and we were going through ceremony. He was like, "Can we go through the ceremony?" So we kind of went through, and bless him, he'd really like timed it. The intro. It's going to be like 7 minutes, and the vows, a few minutes, like all this kind of stuff. And I was like, "This is brilliant." And I said, "My top tips." Do a little bit before, make sure people turn their phones off, all that kind of jazz. Make sure you ask everyone to stand for the bride. We'll give you the nod before you do that. Yeah, got that. Once the bridal party down, the bride's down. Before you do anything, please be seated. He forgot, bless him. So he's halfway through his little, and he'd put this really nice script together, and everyone still stood up. And I was like, and then he went in, and I knew he was going to go into the mother of the groom's reading. Yeah. So when he did that, I just tapped him and was like, "Everyone can sit down." And he was like, "Oh, you can sit down, everyone." And he was like, "Oh, I forgot that. You said I'd nearly done it fully right." And afterwards he was like, "I can't believe I forgot that." I said, "Don't worry, the exact same thing happened at my wedding." I think it's just when you're not used to doing it, you've never done it before. It's just you just don't think something so small.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need to let people sit down. Stood there for half an hour.
That's so jokes.
And in all the photos.
I mean, it's something to talk about, isn't it? It's
literally, yeah. But yeah, just a reminder, if you've got someone doing it, make sure they've got it like big capital letters, bold.
Please be seated.
Please be seated. Oh, how funny.
Cool. Well, that's us for today. Thanks for listening. You know where you can find us.
Guys.
We are on the socials. It's at Let's Get You Wed Podcast. You can also watch us over on YouTube. It's / Let's Get You Wed. And email us with all your questions. It's letsgetyouwedpodcast@gmail.com. And we love to hear from you. And we will see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.